Today I'm going to show you guys my top 7 plays in Madden 26, where you'll be able to take these 7 plays, go into an online game, and absolutely dominate your opponent. My first play up is the motion wide post and the trips tight end flex formations with the playbooks listed on the screen. This passing play is easily one of the best in the game, like it was last year, and for good reason. It does very well attacking the short to intermediate levels of the field. Now here's how the play looks stock, and I highly recommend having your trip side on the wide side of the field. Now your first and only adjustment is just putting circle on a drag. Just like that, we created one of the best plays in the game. Now your first read every single time should be the running back right out the backfield. Now it's going to give you a few extra yards, and it's going to force your opponent to have to play hard flats. Your second read, of course, is going to be this underneath drag that's going to find its way in between that flat route and find a nice soft spot in there. And of course, you can always change them into a slant if you would like. The slant does a little bit better job of getting over the flat zone out there that's being dragged down by your flat route. Your third read, of course, is going to be the return route, backside return route. And that concept is very hard to guard because your opponent's user is going to go with the drag. And then, of course, they have to worry about that backside return route. And then once we start getting our tight end post in the mix, you're going to give your opponent a lot of trouble right there. That post cooks man, cooks zone, especially if you have a good tight end. Now, you know, Pat Freiermuth isn't the best, but he really isn't the worst as well. The next play up is flood out of the wide trio close formation. It is a very good play to be able to quick hike without letting your opponent get their defense set up, which is very important in Madden 26. And it's also very good at attacking underneath and in short yard situations. Now here's how the play looks stock, and against a lot of man coverages, this isn't man coverage, but in a lot of zone coverages right there, that whip route, absolutely money. That whip route is so good. It's so hard to guard because your opponent's you're gonna force your opponent to have to play their linebacker so far up, and that's when you can, of course, hit this backside little in route right there with Brian Thomas. So right here against the man coverage, Travis Hunter, as you can see, get on the outside of him. Make sure you pass lead that ball outside. I don't know why he's not running it that well. That's perfect. All right, that's how you run it right there. Then you can turn up the sideline for even more yards. And then, of course, this corner route against man coverage should do a pretty good job as well. That was a cover 3. Shouldn't have gotten really open. That was a guess throw. The next play up is the RPO bubble out of the gun bunch tight end with the playbooks listed on the screen. This play is very good for keeping your opponent honest with the RPO and the run play. It can pop for big yards or can get you some nice consistent gains up the middle. Here is how the play looks right here, and as you can see, we have the bubble on the left side, and then we have Josh Jacobs right on my right side. Now we're gonna hike this ball, and against a lot of zone coverages, we're gonna have this bubble open, and look at that. That is an easy 10 yards almost every single time. Right here, it's so easy because we have 2 blockers against 2 defenders out there, and then once we get Matthew Golden out in open space, that's when we can really make people miss. Against man coverage, it is it's good at guarding it. So if your opponent's running a lot of man coverage, you might have to run other plays to get them out of the man coverage, but sometimes you can throw it and you can make the guy in man coverage miss. Just make sure you're not going to get pick sixed. But against a lot of zone coverages, look at that right there. I mean, that's still 7-8 yards, and we take that all day. So this play is very good at making sure that you keep your opponent honest. Very good play to mix in, and it's a very hard RPO to stop. The next play I have is the cross wheels out of the tight doubles. It is a very good passing play that can hit the short, intermediate, and deep parts of the field. It's very versatile, and you definitely got to give this play a try. Now here's how the play looks stock, and right here, all I'm going to do is put triangle, my slot receiver, on a streak right here. Now, we're going to be reading our tight end, our crosser, and then this outside wheel last. Our first read is going to be quick to this outside wheel where we can pass it almost like a flat route, but it's going to get a little more speed since he's running upwards, and you're going to be able to get a few extra yards than you would with a typical flat. Now, of course, our second read is going to be our tight end on this drag right here. With a little bit better of a tight end, I think I get out of there, but unfortunately, the Jags don't really have a good tight end. Then, of course, you got this crosser with Travis Hunter that gets right over that crosser, so the user's gonna have to pick either the drag or the crosser. But what's very interesting about this play is that this wheel route right here, if you wait for it further down the field, you can bomb your opponent for huge yards. gonna try to show it one more time, just show it as in fluke. We're patient here. We're gonna hit our outside wheel, and as you can see, against cover 2 and cover 3 defenses, it's absolutely gonna smoke it. The next play we have is 4 verticals out of the wing stack formation. Now, this play is very good at taking the top off of defenses. It'll attack the cover 2 and cover 3 defenses very, very well. It's only good against zone coverage. I wouldn't recommend running against man, but it is one of the best zone beaters in the game. Now, when running this wing stack, I highly recommend running where your receivers are on the wide side of the field. And as you can see, this looks like a cover 3 defense. No, it was. I missed the read, but triangle was there, wide open. But if you do miss the read, of course, you do have your running back right underneath. But right here, it looks like cover 3 defense is a cover 3 defense. Against a lot of cover 3 defenses as well, you're going to have this outside wheel open. And that outside wheel absolutely cooks. It gets underneath those thirds and, of course, gets over top those clouds in cover 2. So see right here, cover 3, we're gonna run it short side of the field, and now we can throw it sideline right there. Just a bad throw by Daniel Jones right there, but you see the potential. Again, cover 3, we're gonna throw it, we're gonna pass lead that ball down this time, and just like that, against cover 3, gets underneath those thirds. So you're gonna force your opponent to have to play man coverage. The next play we have up is the motion cross post out of the Gun Bunch X Nasty. Now, this play, one of the most versatile plays in Madden 26. This play can attack the seams, it can attack over top, it can attack underneath, it can attack literally everything. That's why all the pro players are running it. Now, out of the Gun Bunch X Nasty, here how it looks stock, and we want to streak our outside receiver, we want to put a post on our tight end, we want to drag our slot receiver, and then have a flat on our running back. Right here, when we hike the ball, we're going to see our outside receiver go in motion. And as you can see, we know it is man coverage if the DB out there follows. This looks more like a cover 2 look. No, it is a cover 3. And against cover 3s, you're going to be able to dot up that seam almost every single time. And as you can see, it can go for huge yards, even touchdowns sometimes. But if that seam isn't there quick, you always are going to be able to have this drag route right here that you can throw, turn it upfield, and just like that, a 6-7 yard throw ends up a 30+ yard gain. And of course, if those things aren't open, again, we have square up the seam, we're going to have X on this post. So if the user goes with the drag, we're going to have the post. Vice versa. If they go with the post, of course, you're going to have the drag. But against cover 2s right here, as you can see, we have them wide open. So against cover 2, that outside wheel is absolutely going to fry, and you're going to be able to hit it in that soft spot. Now, the last and final play is the QB strong power out of the trips tight end formation. Now, this play, of course, is a QB run play. It's very good at destroying mid blitz. It's good at destroying all man coverage blitzes. So if your opponent is in a man coverage type of blitz, you can whip this out and, of course, be able to run all day on the opposing defense. Now, as you can see here, how the play looks stock, and of course, when we hike the ball, we're going to see our guard and our center run out to the right. They're going to pull. They're going to, you know, like pin pull tosses, you know how they kind of work? That's what they're essentially going to do. And against mid blitz, as you can see, they're in a man alignment. Against mid blitz, all type of man alignments, it's going to absolutely fry it. So right here, as you can see, right here, our running back and our right guard gets out there. That I don't know how he guarded that well, but so right here, when you hike the ball, your running back and your guard is going to pin pull toss right there. For some reason, my running back didn't go out and block that guy, but right here, as you can see, oh my god, my running back is not blocking the guy. I don't know why right now. Come on, man. Running back, we got to do better. There we go. He finally blocks him, and as you can see, we get to the edge, and we have tons of room to run. There we go. We run to the outside. Perfect. That is literally the perfect example right there. And as you can see, with 30-40 yards down the field, Trevor Lawrence, he's decently fast. But like if you have a guy like Lamar Jackson, of course, Kyler Murray, for some reason, my guys just gave up on the play and didn't go out and block him. Now, those are my top 7 plays, in my opinion. Let me know if I missed any plays down below. I'm sure there's hundreds of plays. Well, there's hundreds and thousands of plays in this game, and I'm sure hundreds and hundreds are good. I just, you know, maybe didn't think of a couple, or those are my main 7 that I use all the time. So, they've helped me win a lot of games. I consider myself a very good player, but if you guys did enjoy the video, though, leave a like, comment, subscribe, of course. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.